done a lot of youth work prior to this, right? So there's obviously similar values there in that community feel. What are the values that you think underpin, your work and the Chooice community?
Yeah, so just for context, a lot of people don't know that before I came into Chooice, I was actually I did a stint in politics. I could only do one term, which is 3 years in Auckland Council. I got elected when I was 20, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is all I can spend here because I've already got grey hairs. That's enough for me. Too much bureaucracy. I want to go back into the community. So I've had a short stint in politics, and I am my background is youth and community development. So I've worked with a lot of young people over the last eight years in tandem with my event and project management. So a lot of the values that I've had during those parts of my journey are exactly the same that I have in my Chooice journey, which is why I think that Chooice has such a powerful sense of community, particularly around movement and support, because I've been able to mirror them against the values that I would usually embed or lead with in the spaces of politics, or the way in which I lead in politics, which is quite different to other politicians, and youth and community development, which is that sense of servant leadership. And I would like, if you're not familiar with the concept, I would love for you to explore it after this. But servant leadership is essentially, it's in the name, servant first. So you focus on the needs of others before you consider your own. And for me, it seems quite old school. But actually, I really value that concept because it's something I was raised with. My parents instilled in all of us, all 10 children, I am the middle.
10, wow.
Yes, 10 children, and this concept of servant leadership very young. So for my entire childhood, I watched my parents in their various roles and the various spaces that they occupied. I watched them serve, put people first before their own, before their own needs, without expecting anything in return. And that's a concept. Servant leadership is a concept that I've just carried throughout my leadership journey, and it's been consistent, is that serving people is at the center of the work I do. To this day, I run Chooice. I started the Facebook group with no intention of it ever turning into a business, but let alone with it turning into something that required me to receive something in return. But just naturally out of the process, obviously it is now a business. But for me, it's always been out of an act of service, because that's just the value that I hold.